well. Thank you for asking. A body beat down here, Michael, on this hump day afternoon, our deadlift day. So, had a pretty good workout yesterday. Again, it was more cardio based yesterday, but still some good stuff. I also did biceps yesterday, so you can go check out the video. Hope you enjoy. And the other 3,000 plus videos, I'm sure you'll get just a kick out of all 3,000 plus videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy all of them. So, number one, I want to thank Mark's Max Muscle. He probably won't see this video. He usually will pop in live here lately once in a while. But just want to thank Mark's Max Muscle for mentioning me on his channel. He has a good channel. If you're into bodybuilding and comparisons of bodybuilders and a little bit of comedy thrown in there as well, check out Mark's Max Muscle. Tell him I sent you. I like people to know that I sent them over to their channels. Number two, I don't know what number two is, so we're probably just going to skip that part and come up with something else to talk about. Oh, let's just talk about deadlifts. So we're going to just be doing our standard deadlifts for the first part of the workout. Then I'm going to do something a little different for the workout. Should I tell you now or make you wait? Well, I might go ahead and have it in the thumbnail or in the title, description. I don't know. I won't make you wait. You'll notice my safeties are way down here, right? That's what you're noticing. So we're going to do our standard deadlifts, and then today I'm also going to try some more elevated Zercher deadlifts, where you get up under the bar like so and lift up. And I tried the movement a couple weeks back or so from the floor, and I can't get down way under there and get my elbow crease up under that bar. There's not a snowball's chance in a microwave that I could do that. So, not with my back and hips and all that stuff I got going on. But I thought, well, I'll raise it up a little bit and do kind of some elevated deads that way, Zerchers that way, and see what I do. That don't mean I'm going to go heavy. I'm just going to see what I can do. So, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get our deadlifts going and get this done with. And, yeah, get it done with. So, anyway, hope you enjoy the workout and stick around and, stick around. All right, first set, warm up, 135. Set number two. All right, 225. All right, we got 315. All right, let's do 405. 405, set number 2. All right, guys, and here we are. We're going to be trying some Zercher deadlifts, and I'm going to be honest with you, I just tried to do the bar, and to me, what it feels like is more of a Zercher squat. So I'd rather call them a deadlift, if we can call them a deadlift, because it's my deadlift day. But if it's called a Zercher squat, then we'll just call it a squat, and we won't give a squat. Anyway, so I know I can get up under this because I did test it. So, but I didn't test it with weights on it. So that's where the first time comes in. I've not tried it with weights. So let's try technically our real first Zercher and see how it goes. $135. All right, let's try 225, see how we do. All right, let's throw a 25 on. We'll make it 275. All right, let's try 275. All right, guys, and just like that, we're done with kind of a lackluster day. I did not expect it to go that way. And no, I'm not talking about the Zerchers, although we'll talk about that in just a second. I'm talking about my normal deadlifts. That ain't what I wanted to have happen. But sometimes, as we have noticed or talked about, or we've all experienced, our bowels, if that's the word, bowels, our digestive system, our things can happen, and when those things are trying to happen, you can't do that movement very well. So I have a problem with that sometimes, just keeping things on the kind of down here without getting too graphic. So yeah, I kind of had to just keep that lackluster and move on from it this week. That don't happen very often, but sometimes it does. And even if you've taken care of business, if you know what I'm saying, if you've taken care of business maybe a couple of times, even before you work out, sometimes things are not done. So, man, that's annoying. Really, really bad annoying. Could you imagine something like that, which I know it's happened, when you're going for a competition, or maybe you're psyched up and you're going to try for a PR or something, and then that happens? It's like, man, that's annoying. Anyway, having said all that, sorry about the lackluster deadlifts. Now let's get on to the Zerchers. Number one, very uncomfortable in two spots. Number one, as I expected, right here in your crease. That's very uncomfortable to have that kind of weight sitting in the crease of your arm. No matter how you try to get up under it and try to situate it, or whether you're whatever, that's just a very uncomfortable, odd amount of weight to have right there. And I have a concern. I'm wondering, how does that not tear a bicep or something with all that weight? And I know what I did was not a lot of weight, but a lot of people do some extremely heavy weight right there, and you would think that that would really tug and pull on those tendons and that, and pop a bicep or something. That does not seem very safe. Number two, the issue is my back. That felt a lot like a front squat, and I don't do front squats for a reason, because of my back. It's just too much, too much on the front pull, too much weight on the front. So will I ever do Zerchers again? I'm not going to say I'll never do them again, because never is a very long time. But I probably won't be adding these, adding those in to my regimen, to my weekly lifts or anything like that. It might be just sporadic, out of nowhere, give it a shot. But yeah, every lift is not for everyone, and I think I had pretty good form and execution of it. It felt like I had it, locked in, and everything was kind of in line. And once you've done this stuff for a long time, you can kind of get your body in line and know how you are, get situated. I felt pretty good, and I got pretty low there with the bar and all that, but it just, my back didn't like that front weight. So anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on the Zercher. That one is, the Zerchers are for Spencer Graziano. So he's really good at those. He's insane at those, and he does a lot of weight. So another thing that I want to touch on before we end the video is, I look at my workouts, and we all have our own routines. We all have our own goals, our own plans, our own, way of doing things. And, I look at the way that some people train, and I'm going to bring up Spencer again. And, you're looking at a guy who will train 2, 3, 4, 10 hours a day. I'm sure it's not just straight through. I'm sure there's some breaks here and there, but, he works out quite a lot. And his training is different than what the standard typical, routine is that most people are doing. But I look at him and I think, man, he really puts in a lot of time and effort in his workout. And, and I look at that and I see what I do. And, there's days when I'll do maybe an hour workout and I'm like, I think I'm the boss. I think, yeah, man, I did good, man. I got an hour in. And then you got people out there doing like 5 hours. And I know we're all different. We're all doing different things, and but it just kind of lets you see where you're at, and not to be, don't be down on yourself for not doing a 5-hour training routine, but also throw out some respect and a little bit of appreciation and humbleness towards those out there who are really putting in some time and effort, because there's some people out there who are really putting in a lot of time. So just a little shout out, and a little friendly shout out there to Spencer again. He's a pretty cool dude. And anyway, guys, we're gonna be done here. I gotta get this video edited, which you're already seeing that. Gotta somehow get something to eat, which I have not decided on what I'm doing yet. Shower. I gotta call a parent of a kid on the bus, get some things talked about, and adult things. Anyway, we got adults sometimes. Guys, if I give you a little inspiration to work out and to eat some good foods and do other amazing things even better than what I do, maybe like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. That's me, Michael, your Zercher lifting host. I'm a pro. Anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment. Get up, get out, get rad, do it to it, and we'll see you next time on the Body Beatdown. See y'all later.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!